Hello and welcome to week 3. Once you see this video, I will be in sunny Costa Rica. I am actually traveling to Costa Rica this week during week 3, so this is why I'm shooting the video a little bit early. So it's actually May 17th right now, and this video will be active on Wednesday, but once it is actually active, I will be in Costa Rica. Don't fret, however, because I will be able to still update the e-learning site, peek in on the discussion boards, as well as address any questions or concerns that you might be having about the learning course materials. Just a little sidebar about the trip. I'm actually going with a group of faculty from Delta College, along with a few students from Delta College. It's basically a cultural exchange. We're going to we're going to visit all of the sites. We're going to go to about 3 or 4 different cities, go to the beach, and then we're going to also visit an elementary school in Costa Rica and learn more about the culture and education culture in that area. So I'm really excited about that trip. Again, don't worry about, me not getting back to you. I will make sure that I'm checking my email every day, checking the e-learning site every day. I have Wi-Fi in every city that I'll be in, and then I'll send a message. You should probably get, if you do decide to send an email to me, you'll get an immediate response detailing my whereabouts. So, let's talk about where we are right now. At this point, you should be finishing up your research narrative essay. The final day to turn in your research narrative essay is May 23rd. May 23rd, no later than 11:59 p.m. As a reminder, when you turn in your research narrative, you want to upload your research narrative to the Dropbox. Now, to get to the Dropbox, so I'm going to make sure that I have my screen up for you. So to get to the Dropbox, you're going to click on Course Tasks, and then you'll click on Dropbox. And then once you click the Dropbox, you'll see a folder, and that folder will say Research Narrative Essay, and then it'll have the due date, and you just upload your Word document. Remember, it has to be a Word document. You'll upload your Word document, and then I'll grade it in the actual Dropbox. If you also make sure that you take advantage of the week 2 discussion board, because that's where you're going to get feedback from other class members, and then I'll be peeking my head in on the discussion boards, giving you feedback. And you can also use the opportunity to turn in your paper early in the Dropbox to receive feedback from me as well. Keep in mind, the closer you turn in your paper to the 23rd, the least likely it will be for me to get back with you for in regards to feedback on your paper. So make sure you keep that in mind as you're planning out the next couple of weeks or so. Now moving on to week 3. So I just want to pull up that course activity sheet. So right now I'm just making some revisions to the week 3 course activities document. So wanted to just talk through what I have so far. Now this particular week you're going to have 10 learning exercises, and this week I'm setting you up for the research and developing your annotated bibliography. So you want to make sure that you complete all of the course activities in week 3 assignment sheet. Also, I'm going to upload the annotated bibliography assignment sheet along with a sample annotated bibliography. And then this week you'll also be reading about the annotated bibliography. The annotated bibliography, as a reminder, is your second paper. In the annotated bibliography, you want to think about this paper as a way for you to organize the information that you're going to use in your third paper. And then your book is going to give a detailed discussion on what an annotated bibliography is, how it functions, and I'm gonna supplement that material with a sample annotated bibliography. And of course, you'll have your annotated bibliography assignment sheet to follow as well. Now, let me warn you, as we're moving on to week 3, we're in the midterm part of the semester. I feel like I'm just got to know you guys and we're already midway through the semester. So things are going to be picking up a little bit. This week you're going to have more extensive work with your learning activities. So not only are you going to be reading, but I also have included some YouTube links that I want you to follow, along with some websites that I want you to follow. You're going to be reading about evaluating sources, how to find sources. So I know in your first paper, I told you that you could use anything. You could go to Google, you could go to Wikipedia, you could just go and just do what I call a passive search for to back up what it is that you already know about your topic. As we move on to the second paper, however, I'm going to be a little bit more strict about the type of sources that you acquire. So when you read, in particular, when you read about finding sources and evaluating sources, make sure you pay close attention to that, because in the second paper, you're going to have what are called academic and scholarly sources. And these sources usually have what are called abstracts. These sources are written for an academic audience. These sources have an annotated a works cited page. These sources actually cite other sources. So one of the things that you're going to encounter is that these academic sources are going to be much more challenging to read, and that's the point. So you're going to also read about reading strategies, so things that you can do to closely read, to actively read, so that you can understand the material. Now, I understand that a lot of you, this is going to be your introduction into academic source material. So you can't read this information the same way you might read a website or the same way you might read a magazine written for a popular audience. So it's really important that you schedule your time wisely and be prepared to spend some time, days, actually reading maybe 1 or 2 articles. And again, in your book, they're going to talk about some helpful reading strategies that you can use to help you read these academic texts. One of those reading strategies, and then you'll read about the abstract, is to read the abstract, to locate the abstract, read the abstract to figure out if you would even need that source or not. Another thing to do in terms of actively reading these sources to help find other sources is to look at the current article's works cited page to help find other sources. Find out who they're citing and and so you're going to find out who they're citing and try to find that particular source. So you're going to basically be reporting on the conversation that's going on about your topic. And you're going to read about all of that stuff this week. I've also included a link to Delta College's online library. You want to make sure that you go through the Delta College's library website. There's actually a tutorial on the website on how to search online databases. And I understand that, using these online databases might be a little unfamiliar, a little foreign to those of you who usually rely on Google or usually rely on Wikipedia, or for those of you who are doing papers on medical, things dealing with the medical field, relying on WebMD. So this is why I have included that link to the Delta College library, so that you can take the tutorial, so that you can familiarize yourself with research databases such as EBSCOhost, InfoTrack, First Search, Issues and Controversies, along with VALCAT. And again, for those of you who are living in the area, don't be afraid to actually go down to go to campus and get a tutorial, a face-to-face tutorial on how to use the websites, the e-learning, not the e-learning websites, but the databases, the online databases, and just how to navigate Delta College's library. And for those of you who are not in the area, it's always useful for you to go to your home school, your home university or community college and rely on those library databases rather than, again, doing a passive search for Google. So when you read the annotated bibliography assignment sheet, you'll have a detailed explanation about the types of sources that you have to use in this paper, the types of sources that you have to use in this paper. And again, I'll set up the discussion board for those of you who have questions about sources and the type of sources that you're using. So one of the big things that I want you to walk away with this week is how to actively read academic material, how to inhabit that academic voice. So you're going to be reading articles written in that academic voice, and then you're going to be learning how to help develop and construct your academic voice as an academic writer. All right. And then the other thing that I want you to walk away from this week is how to find and evaluate academic sources. And again, this is going to be a challenging, time consuming, tedious task. So you want to make sure that you plan out and organize your time effectively, because the research process is a process that can be very frustrating, but also at times very rewarding. So in the meantime, I'm going to keep in contact. I'm going to be checking eLearning every day, ducking my head in on the discussion boards. If you have any questions or concerns, make sure that you ask questions in the discussion boards, or if you want to contact me individually, make sure that you send me an email. Hopefully, I will upload some pictures from my trip. I will be back in the States on May 26th. So I'm leaving on May 17th, and I'll be back May 26th. Again, I will have full access to my computer during that time. So if you have any questions or comments or concerns, please let me know. Until then, good luck, happy reading, happy writing, and I will see you in cyberspace.